last year has been a relatively tough year for the metals and mining. The gold price and silver price are breaking out, but the mining company are generally lacking. So let's get started. So my topic is where do we going to invest in 2025? Okay, so this year, actually, I mean, this metal investment forum, due to popular demand, I'm going to have two speak. Okay, one is today, one we're going to do tomorrow after lunch. So this is a disclaimer. So myself, I'm a publisher. I'm also investing my family's asset. Okay, so I don't particularly, very diehard gold bug. I'm not a silver bug, but I survived all the crashes, and I was buying at the bottom, 2012, and I was very lucky. As I said, last year I picked #1 stock in the United States. That was in 2003. Okay, then you say, oh, what did you do in 2004? I did pretty well, actually. We invested in different sectors. In biotech also did one of the best. In the year, most biotech funds are down. Okay, if you're break even in biotech, you're doing great. Basically, I beat all the biotech funds last year, and also have a very good energy stock, and also more to come this year, I hope, in energy, and also mining start really breaking out. I have Kinross, I have Silvercrest, I have quite a long list of producers. They are doing well. And we have Sarda Pasco here just start breaking out. Goliath is doing great. You saw the results. It's one of the best. And also have the Helios start here, and then Lucas are doing quite well. And then there's also more companies are coming. There's this morning, there's one company had a fantastic result. So I think the market start warming for good results. If you perform, if you have something good, the market will respond. So anyway, this man, 2003, this is 2004. What happened was the first picture is I doing a Zoom in February, actually on Valentine's Day. If you look at the date, I was asking the CEO and the CFO why they are trading at below cash, why nobody really care about their company. You look at their face, they're like very backward. And then a few months later, they deliver results. I mean, after I bought it, me and my subscriber buying about $1, it went to $5 and change. If you went to the ChatGPT, you ask what's the best performing biotech stock, it's #3. So I'm pretty proud of that. In the year, most biotech funds are losing money, right? They lost money. So let's look at what's going to see what 2025. That's most important is the forward looking, right? How are we going to make money? So this is the situation right now. You can see even, I mean, if I can have a pointer, the trade war started around here. The China's percentage of the trade with the United States already went down significantly. Actually, #1 right now is Mexico and Canada, actually, which Trump threatened to impose tariff as early as next Monday. We'll see if he really delivers or not. And then you all say the Chinese currency is weak, right? To the US dollar is weak. To the euro, actually, to other trading partners, is relatively flat because all the other currencies are weak as well. In the meantime, China's just trade surplus, China trade surplus reached a record, $1 trillion. That's broke every country's record, right? You can see where the trade war started. Trade war started around here, right? China initially went down. That's when the trade war, and then it just rocketed up. It continued to go up. $1 trillion. You can see $1 trillion surplus, how much gold they can buy. Chinese government just started to buy gold 2 months ago. Okay, I will show it. Probably I will talk about gold tomorrow. Okay, about the premium in gold in China and so on and so forth. But this is a situation. And then the very maybe surprising is that the Chinese technology company are surviving the sanction, and then they are doing very well. They are saying, according to the Sputnik moment, which was a Russian satellite, would defeat the United States, right? The first satellite surrounding the Earth. That was the moment it could happen in Chinese technology, and I've seen it quite a few. So in terms of the car production, you see the China's car is going from nowhere, right now #1, at the expense of Japan and Europe and the United States, of course. That's also explain why the Japanese yen and European euro are so weak, right? And then in this one, it just happened recently. The China suddenly take a lead in the AI space, right? This is the China's homegrown technology. According to the ChatGPT's OpenAI's founder, that's China's AI. It's 11 times more efficient than OpenAI. You think about they're already ahead of that. So hold on, let me just go back, put this way. So my personally, I also have a lot of experience, okay, winning and losing, right? So in biotech investment, we invest in a certain technology called ADC, antibody drug conjugate, right? So it was a runaway success for me and my subscribers. It's a little company in New Jersey. We took over, we fired the management, eventually were bought by Gilead for $20 billion, with a B, $20 billion, one of the biggest acquisitions. And then we in turn, we got like a 50 bagger. So I always try to repeat the success, always, because you have such a big win, but suddenly, out of nowhere, China already took a lead in the ADC area. I mean, just like it happened 2 years ago, and then suddenly all these American companies buying Chinese technology. Recently, the Roche just bought another Chinese technology. If you follow this sector, I'm just saying it's like they are advancing very, very quickly, and then they take a lead at many different areas, completely in AI, in different sectors. So for us, it's like when I saw that coming, I just said, okay, fine, I'm just trying to shift the sector or try to shift to other sector. That's why maybe this biotech fund didn't do well, because they stick with the old formula. When I saw that Chinese already coming, so I just tried to move away from that sector, right? So I was much quicker than them. So this is what I see coming. The most important is what China's economy is very weak. The housing bubble is crashing. China is at a deflation. Well, the problem is well discussed on all the CNBC. On other media, I'm not going to repeat it. But the key is what she believes, right? What he believes, China is surviving the trade war, and then China is winning because he sees most of the in a lot of different technology areas, China is taking the lead in the world. Okay, so by November, China already stopped, reduced export tax rebate on many sectors. Okay, like aluminum, the price jumped around the world because China reduced the tax rebate. You understand, when you go to the airport, there's a duty-free shop, right? When you export something, you rebate the tax. That's the general use in all the different countries. So in China also have a tax rebate scheme, but they stopped that. Basically, they want to raise price on all the sector. They want to make more money, right? Why not? In December, China import-export ban on gallium, germanium, antimony. Before, China has been talking that for already a year or two. This is for real. You can see the price, I'll show you, immediately jump after China really imposed the export ban. In January, China even buying Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and all the other United States defense companies. Right, they basically saying, okay, you export arms to Taiwan, so I'm going to retaliate against you. So that's it. So you won't get anything from China. So, and then they will retaliate any new tariff, which will come potentially next week. We'll see. So how to play this? Okay, so the thing is that the main thesis is the inflation may picking up. The Fed may stop the cutting rate this year. They may play safe. I mean, they may even, they will, the people are expecting maybe one cut, maybe zero, who knows? And then I see the gold and silver range bound first half, right? Because we don't know what the Trump will do, right? So want to see that, have a more clear picture, they probably will break out and later in the second half. My my term is that the key question I'm asking myself, and also a lot of people, investors are asking is, what kind of tariff Trump is going to impose? Is he going to have a general tariff or a tariff just against Canada or tariff just against China or Pacific? What is going to happen? So is tariff going to cover gold? Unlikely. A lot of people say gold is money, so tariff may not cover gold. But if tariff may cover silver, right? Copper, that's going to cover. So I'm going to talk about that topic as well in tomorrow's talk. So this time is for real, for gallium, germanium, antimony, and all the rare earths. We better start mining it. So this is the price chart for antimony. Actually, really has a big run. But the other metals, gallium, germanium, you see it started to run when China announced they're going to have a ban. That was a year or two ago, and then recently just have a jump. So those are the metal, and then there's also another area. I don't know if you are interested. For me, is a piece of history. So what it does, when late Jimmy Carter and Deng signed the treaty, right? That was 30, 40 years ago. They canceled all the sovereign debt of the United States. So all the sovereign debt in the United States is worth zero. So if you go buy those, are really wasting your money, except for one. This debt is backed by a railroad, so it's not sovereign debt. So after Trump election victory, I actually also collect some of here. I can show you. It's a really piece of history, right? It's like this. So it's signed by the Qing Dynasty and also signed by the Republic of China, which is Taiwan. So what it does is, because it's backed by railroad, it's not really sovereign debt. And when Trump was in presidency, Trump won, they were studying to collect this debt. But then COVID hit, and Trump needed all the PPE from China. He didn't want to piss off China, so it stopped. Will Trump 2, he collapse again? I do not know. So this is actually very interesting. This is 1938. It's a deposit of the coupon, £2 into the Bank of Scotland. All these are pieces of history. At first, I do not know Trump will collect in the second term or not. If it collect, this over a 100-year-old bond worth at least a few hundred times more than the money comes. You just make sure you need to get it from a reliable source, not a counterfeit. Okay, make sure it's real. Otherwise, you just keep it as souvenir. So very recently, I only have 6 minutes left. The copper market already show the tariff. So if Trump imposed general tariff, even at 10%, you see the premium of US and versus London almost at the copper squeeze level. Remember, there was a copper squeeze all the way to $5. That happened. And the premium is almost as high. The copper is still a little bit over 4. So there's a dislocation of the market. There's even more interesting is the platinum. Platinum is the area most likely going to be tariff. If a general tariff will not be exempt. But why is this going up and down like this? It's very interesting. I think it's a small market. Trader didn't realize, so they were just trading up and down. But it has a lot of good opportunities. And I've been trading that. I'll talk about tomorrow. Trading platinum. It has been very, very successful for me in the past 2 years. I've been talking about it in the past 2 years, right? So, and then you look at the in general stock market valuation. So what is, people are talking about the bond yield. Actually, the NASDAQ has a lot of correlation with Japanese bonds. So what happened was the money is really coming from Japan because they have they're low interest rate, negative interest rate. They borrow money in Japan and then put in the tech company. But it got decoupled recently. It's completely decoupled. So this one day, they may come back. That's the point. Okay, so what's going to happen with the general market? And then you can see this extremely that's a market extremely narrow. So only driven by a few big stock, right? This is higher than the .com bust, right? It's a Great Depression level. So the only is a magnificent seven, driving all the stock market. Very dangerous. That's what I'm saying. So it's just one stock free advice. I gave you. I'm telling my subscriber is the Tesla. Tesla, I think, is overvalued, and Supreme Court just announced an hour ago that they're going to ban the TikTok as of this Sunday. Right. So there's a talk that China would allow Elon Musk to buy TikTok. There is a talk. I mean, they may be negotiating, may not. I do not know. So the idea is, if Musk buys TikTok, he will have to sell a lot of Tesla shares. Tesla is a bubble stock. Everybody knows it's a meme stock because Cybertruck is not selling well. His car business is plateaued, going down. So robot taxi, who knows when that will come. And then because he has a good relationship with Trump, when he start building robot taxi, he may have a relationship may turn sour, just like many other people. So how can you be sure Tesla will be the winner in the robot taxi space? But for him, if he can buy TikTok, that will be buy of lifetime. So he will sell just the same thing. He will sell Tesla stock. Look at what happened to Tesla stock from 300 to 100. Okay, when he bought Twitter. So my point is, we buy a little bit put, and if it happens, it's a lottery ticket, but I think the risk reward is in our favor. So how about digital currency? I don't have too much time. I'm just saying that there's a risk in Bitcoin. I wish them well. I wish those people invest in Bitcoin, make a lot of money, maybe Bitcoin maybe 25,000, they broke 10,000, 100,000, right? Maybe go 25,000, maybe 250,000, maybe go to $1 million. But the problem with Bitcoin is that it's based on two things. One is the code is very secure. It's very beautiful piece of code. Okay, there's no flaw, so it's very secure. And then people believe it's money. So once one of those criteria is gone, the Bitcoin, all these will collapse. The problem is that there is trillions of dollars in Bitcoin. So if they did collapse, it will be much worse than 2008. 2008, $1 trillion, right? Housing market lost $1 trillion, maybe a little bit more. But if we lose a few trillion, maybe 10 trillion in Bitcoin, that will bring us a recession much worse than 2008. That's what I'm afraid of, actually. So, and then there is a talk about quantum computing can break the encryption of Bitcoin. Okay, so, but they will evolve. I'm pretty sure. I don't quite agree with this article, actually, because they probably will have a new technology, will make Bitcoin secure again, but it will be a process, right? You have to remake the code. What if there's trillions of dollars there, someone planted a virus there, someone put a backdoor there? What if, right, the migration has some problem? That's the serious issues for Bitcoin. All right, so, okay, anyway, that's the end, and I will come back tomorrow at 1 p.m. after lunch. I mostly will focus on the gold and silver. Okay, I believe we are in the commodity super cycle. We're at the beginning. Why? Because you see that drone, there's millions and millions of drones made, right? The next phase will be robot. Robot will be fighting each other. Each soldier will be at least one. I heard from Chinese or China, at least they want to have one robot dog. They can shooting each other per soldier. I'm sure American probably will come more. So you think about that, there will be a lot of material. So we come into a stage in the human history that intellectual, actually, the significance is going down because of AI, but material is going up. So we are entering a new super cycle. That's my call, and we'll see.